Increase the stat cap for the main characteristics of swiftness pillar by 3. Agility, perception, intelligence.
Agility, perception.
Increase the cap, but not the actual numbers it goes up by. You have to purchase. You get to earn access to a new discipline called movement.
Maybe that's what you can put into next time.
Yeah. And then gain a physical hybrid trait from your patient, which is optional. Optional.
What is the trait that I would be gaining? Do I get to know?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Oh, gosh. Ow. Oh, I gotta stretch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cobra Commander. You had to hear that. There is change to your eyeballs. And there's kind of these spider web, kind of almost, it's grid-like, so it's right angles instead of like spider webbing out. That kind of flow to the sides of your face. You feel infused with energy, and your eyes glow this just incredibly kind of piercing blue, as if backlit by.
So our Night Stalker eyes now have enhancement.
Yeah, that, and it looks kind of like they look like cybernetic eyes almost, the way they glow, and the little grids that come out this down the side of the face and around the eyes.
And you said the grids were black?
No, they're light blue.
They're light blue. Okay.
Yeah. It's like looks like a little circuit board almost, but it's kind of lit by this. It's like a neon blue tattoo. You feel suffused with energy, and there is a thing that appears every time you use your crystalline abilities, and there's like crystal dust left behind when you use it or cancel it. So you know when you throw a single shard of glass for damage, a little blue orb kind of floats up above it. And you can see it now. That had never happened before. And there's kind of a whisper in your mind that says, "Do you want to go there?"
So there's a little orb floating above my glass shard?
Yeah, whenever you use one, whenever you use an ability that uses your glass, whether it's encapsulation or move object or throw a glass shard, once it leaves your person and stops moving, or there's a little blue orb that appears that, is the same color as your eyes. And it tells you, do you want to go there? And if you ever do, you disassemble and zip there as a bolt of energy and reassemble.
And there is Cat's World?
Yeah, you zip through this world and Cat's World, and anything you come in contact with takes damage because you're a bolt of energy.
Like, where am I going? I'm going to where the orb is?
Yeah, you're going to the orb.
Okay.
And the cool part is if you know your ability to throw glass shards.
If
you zip to the glass shard, you can reclaim the glass shard.
Sounds useful.
And you can chain them. Because remember, those glass shards will stay there per day. And they only dissipate until until the next day arrives. And that's when you get all your points back. So if you throw a whole bunch of shards around, they just kind of stay there until you reclaim them. And you can always zip back and forth, kind of like an electrical current. And you can just kind of chain and zip your way around. Like an energy.
Interesting use of, say you're fighting an opponent and you want to get behind them or something like that. Last charge, like behind them, zip to them, you kind of do damage, and you're also in an advanced
Yeah.
position.
When you zip to a target, you do 1d10 damage only negated by toughness.
And for example, if you lit a room up with charges, discharge glass, and say this is your mafia office, this is when the people come in, like, you're going to suffer. You can just put them all around.
A much nicer mafia boss than that. I just want to say right now.
You can move X number electrical charges per half action, equal to your agility bonus. So if you have agility bonus of 3, in a single turn, you can zip to 3 separate ones. The only thing you can't do is go immediately back to the one you just came from. You have to wait a half action to do that. So you can't zip back and forth 3 times to the same target back and forth. You have to wait a whole half action before you zip back to the one you just came from.
But you can do that connect the dots, right?
Yeah, if you chain forward, you can move up to 3 per half action, and if you use your whole turn, you can move 6 if your agility bonus was 3, and you just zing along. So they do have to be in visual range, but or at least the next chain needs to be in visual range from the one you're currently at. But yeah.
Okay.
You're a lightning cat. Only if you want it, though. Remember, it's optional. Optional.
No, that sounds like a useful thing to have.
Tea down. Oh God. No.
Well, you didn't spill your tea, did you?
Oh man, that could have been really bad. All right.
It's really hot chocolate.
All right, Allie, you ready for some adventure?
I guess I am. Time to adventure. Adventure time. Jenny's room.
But first, hello, Liam.
Hello.
I'll help you, Liam. Just need to.
Do you think? I'm patient.
Allie got some new eyes. You know Naruto? You ever watch that, Liam? Or know about it?
That is the silliest question. I was a weeb back in the early 2000s.
Well, Naruto's dad had these little what do they call them? Shurikens? No, whatever his ability was that allowed him to teleport between like things he put up with
Yeah.
those things. Allie can kind of do that now with her glass, but when she goes to that position, like from the next one over, it does damage 1d10, only negated by toughness bonus.
Neat.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool power, and it's more of a distance gapper than anything. She can either put them up beforehand in a fight or something. Lots of options.
I can use them to get to the front of the line on Friday.
Now, do you go through people to do this?
Sure, why not?
Okay, normal people die because if you even score 10.
Isn't that what's supposed to happen on Black Friday?
Ah, got me there.
I don't know. I'm honestly asking. I've never been to it.
What, to a Black Friday sale?
Oh, not like the ones you hear about. Like I've been to like a store on Black Friday, but nothing like crazy.
It's because that doesn't happen anymore. Because all the
Okay.
stores have gone through a lot of trouble to make sure it doesn't happen anymore.
Good for them.
Because, you know, customer dies at Black Friday sale is a really bad headline for a store.
Yeah,
Mhm.
good publicity. I mean, bad publicity isn't always good publicity in this case.
Yeah.
So I was hoping we'd get some Alley Bloodline. But Matt has disappeared.
I mean, doesn't he always?
I'm trying to set up some music.
Ah, okay. He's trying to set the tone.
Hmm?
The adventure. Well, if you die, it's understandable. Just remember you can cut.
I don't want to die.
No noise. Makes it hurt.
Good.
Playing me some League with some hot trash.
Sounds like a good time.
Only if you like cancer. In which case, it's a great time.
Very
Liam, did the site ever work again?
I mean, not since the last time I tried it.
I was trying to get Matt to watch it, but
Still down.
reluctant.
I'm even on. I have a VPN, and I set myself to Canada to see if that's it. And no.
No, I tried as well. Website itself. I'm sure it's around somewhere else, but that's the one I usually use. That website.
It has been pointed out that bicycles are acoustic motorcycles. I think that's an important thing to share.
Then what is an electric?
Motorcycle wannabe?
I think if our range is between an
Well, if you wanted to look at it that way, it's kind of like when you got the that one band that does like Savage Garden and stuff, where they do the music that could definitely be 100% be fucking acoustic, but instead they have like electric guitars and shit, like the piano guitars, and it's not really. I'm trying to remember that genre, but I don't remember what it is, so I'm just gonna go with that description. It's like when you have an electric keyboard in the middle of a acoustic set.
I feel like it would be more like the motorcycle would be more like one of those giant novelty guitars with like the guitars attached together that are just completely ridiculous and overpowered, and you don't really need them.
Why
But
do
they're
I
fun
need two
anyway.
necks? Because I said fuck you, that's why.
Yeah, exactly. And like motorcycles are kind of the same. They're not really practical, but
They're neat.
they're
Well, they're practical if you want to not get chased by the police ever. Because the police look at somebody speeding in a motorcycle and go, it's not worth the effort.
that's because your life expectancy another 2 years.
I mean, it has nothing to do with that and more to do with the fact that their life expectancy drops significantly trying to chase a fucking motorcycle. Because they look at a motorcycle and they're like, you can just pass between two cars. I'm in a car that can't pass between one car.
Well, I mean, there's nothing stopping cops from riding motorcycles as well, except for the fact that they're a little dumb.
They're a little hard to arrest people in. Because where do you put the perp? Just
And
sit on the back and
it's not
hold on
like you're
tight.
gonna hurt unless like a pedestrian cross, but not like you're gonna hurt anybody by running into them with a motorcycle. Like, oops, there's a truck. Damn, I'm dead now.
Yeah. Like I said, the cops, they see you speeding in a motorcycle and they just let you go because it is not worth the effort in any way, shape, or form. And that's my TED Talk on how to get away with speeding everywhere. Good night.
Is that what you do, Liam?
What, speed everywhere? Yes. Ride a motorcycle? No! Am I stupid looking?
I don't
Look
know.
at
I've
the
never
death
seen
traps. Those things are fucking death traps.
you. How do we agree? Where's my head? There it is. My dad owned a motorcycle for a little while.
My dad did too until he got married and had kids and had a reason to live.
Oh no, my dad did it after we'd left the house.
That's great.
He's got
Kids
like
moved
this
out?
friend down the road who will buy like various recreational vehicles every once in a while, and my dad will just buy whatever his friends buy. It's kind of cute.
Ian's got a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to hang out and ride weird vehicles with.
I mean, why the hell not? You can afford to do it, do it. I can't afford that. I got some debt.
Yep. Most of our generation does.
The economy's fine, though. Haven't you heard?
I heard that Canada had the lowest poverty rates in the world, and I'm like, are they including student debt? Like, does that factor in there anywhere?
No, you see, that assessment is based off of how much people make per year, not how much they spend per year.
Okay.
I'm not saying it
Yeah.
helps. I'm just saying because it doesn't help,
It's pretty bad.
but it does, however, clarify the issue.
Mm-hmm. No, my parents are always talking about how great Canada is. You have money.
Everywhere in the world's great if you have money.
Really, though. But I don't know. I'm amazed.
I mean, Arabia would be great if you had money. If you don't have money, then all the Arabian rich people are the problem.
Yep.
Hmm.
No, I've been doing a lot better this year than I have like the past few years. I'm glad I'm not in Toronto anymore.
You were in trial. Oh no, Allie, what'd you
You're in Toronto forever. Toronto's a
Terrible.
state of mind.
Toronto is a state of mind called depression.
No, that's my state of mind.
Get out of Toronto.
I'm not in Toronto. I'm just in depression. I tried moving to get away from it. It didn't work out. Now
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
just
was like
sad in a
already
new
depressed
place.
before I moved to Toronto, and then I moved there, and it was shit. I really tried. I really tried to make it work.
I moved to Texas because all of the everything's cheaper here compared to California. Didn't really help, but at least I'm in a new place.
Yeah, you have to keep trying. Nice.
That's what I thought too.
All right, I
Cool.
have the thingy.
We
Alright,
settled
ready?
as to what music he wants to use. And I
Yeah.
do use the word settled because I'm assuming he's disappointed in the selection nonetheless.
Oh no, I'm actually pretty happy.
He claims
Mm-hmm.
lying to somebody.
Sure. Okay. So,
I'm just mocking you. Please continue.
15 gold, please. Thank you.
15 gold?
15, 1-5,
What?
to get the vials to do the test.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
I'll
I mean,
subtract
that's-
it from.
Yeah,
Thank.
just take it from the team, but I think it's fine.
Pretty sure I have it, but if you give me money, sure.
Well, if you want to spend your
It's
own
free.
money, go for it. Nobody's going to tell you otherwise.
It's for your bloodline. I've been spending the gold either way.
So, you get to, you probably took it before we went to the temple, so you're with Mystic Creatia, and she mixes it with her alcohol brew, and just kind of pats you on the head. Round 2, kid. You ready?
Oh, really? Okay, let's do this.
All right. Yeah, you appear in a kind of open spaced area. Just bits of crystal and landmarks that are kind of just moving along, disconnected from everything. And there's just kind of drifts of fractured glass shards that kind of just move and flow in kind of a stream in the middle of the air. The land is kind of crystalline. There's definitely some sort of flora and fauna, but it's not. It's partially made of glass. You might think it's an actual crystal, but the fruit and or parts of it aren't. It looks like they're actually organic. Um, Everything kind of sways and flows to this kind of invisible wind or kind of pulse of power. And occasionally you see the kind of a off in the distance, so just a strike of lightning that just kind of reaches outwards, and then sometimes it fires back upwards. Um, you're just kind of looking at a drifting field, and Cat kind of just standing at your feet this time, kind of rubs up against your leg.
Hello, cat. um,
Remember, the cat is the key.
cat is the key. Do you think it's still the key this time?
It's always the key. You
It's
spent
always the
75
key.
points on the key.
Yeah.
Oh,
The cat kind of goes over and jumps up and kicks, kind of does a spin and then kicks a piece of glass that's kind of floating around off, and it just floats kind of languidly, and then when it hits something, the cat kind of brushes up against you, and then he turns into a bolt of energy and zips off, and now he's at that place.
the place where the thing was. Oh, he
Yeah, where he
wants,
kicked the glass where it landed.
wants me to use my new power.
He just goes. Meow.
I guess I'll follow him with my zippy shards.
So you use a cost point and fire a shard away.
Yay!
Okay. And you just kind of focus on the orb, and then it's all just kind of like this electric blue in your vision, and then you're standing where the shard is, and he kind of jumps up and gives you a snuggle, and then kind of hops up on this. Looks like it's you guys are on this floating rock surface, and a lot of shards of glass are all over the place. But it looks like it's used to be part of some sort of maybe a building. And he kind of hops up some of the pieces and kind of waits for you at the top.
I will follow him.
And you look out, and it looks like a city kind of got cut to pieces and sliced, and there's some on the ground. Some pieces are floating on these, jettisoned pieces of rock. Um, all these buildings look as if they were almost entirely made of glass, or at least on the outside. And that glass is floating everywhere, kind of in these flows. Um, and you hear a Wong! And there's a little blip of light far off, and then Cat kind of, points a paw at it.
A blip of light. Does it look like the lightning that was going off? Or
No, it's kind of like a glint from a scope type of thing. You know how you see a little, um, it's a kind of a light far off objective kind of ping.
okay.
As when you look at it, it kind of does a little star shaped, like wing, like
Just
I'm
like
right here type of
oh,
thing.
yeah. Okay. Is there like an easy way for me to get there, or do I have to like jump
The
there?
thing
Or...
looks way too far away. In fact, you're on the very periphery, and there's not much in the way of terrain. Um, you're kind of up a good 50 meters, and you're looking at a kind of several flows of glass shards, and there's a couple actual prisms filled with smoke that kind of just meander about. Um, yeah. It
So
probably is
can
a
I?
good 10-mile distance of just glass flows in the air, um,
Oh,
before you even get to the first building that you can get on.
10 miles is quite a lot, isn't it?
Bum, 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 bum,
Can I
bum.
try like floating the block I'm on now over that way?
Sure. Just requires a move object.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna roll some luck to see what you run into. Your structure is hit by a glass flow hard. You lose half of it.
Oh.
Glass flow is apparently insanely sharp. A couple came in at an awkward angle and shattered on it, so they're not very strong. But if they came in edge first, they just kind of lopped your solid building and earth in half as it just kind of passed through.
Like, okay.
You're still on it. I mean, you can still move the object.
It just went. Just cut it in half, or was
Yeah,
it like?
it cut it into. It removed about half of the mass, kind of sliced here and there. So avoid the glass flows. They very sharp.
Yeah. No, I'll try and find a way around those.
One of the prisms, much smaller than the one that tried to take you out last time, grabs a couple of the ice or the glass shards from the flows, and kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna throw some at you. So,
I thought
what would you
those
like to do?
guys were up to something sneaky.
Yeah, they're. He borrowed a couple projectiles, and now he's throwing them at you. What do you want to do?
I guess I'll. Is there anything I can grab in front of me?
Yeah, there's an infinite number of glass floating about.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like redirect his glass with my glass.
Okay. Or do you want to just grab his glass instead?
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, we'll have a test of.
right. Just suppose willpower.
Okay.
Eh.
50.
Yeah,
D50?
it'll be a D50 for you. Yeah. Do you pass?
My willpower. 35. Did it pass? I don't know how this.
What is your willpower?
It's 35.
You pass then,
Okay.
because you got under the number.
Okay.
Yep. So you rip the shards away like, no, bad. What do you want to do?
I want to send them back at him.
Okay. You send them back.
How dare he try to
You used 3.
shank
You
me.
needed to use 3 points to catch them, and then 3 points to send it back. And make sure you're keeping track of your expenditures on your move object.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I was at 88. Now I am at 80.
Okay. He gets it, and he kind of just blows up slowly, kind of as if when he cracks and fractures, the parts just kind of slowly drift apart, and the smoke dissipates. And the rest of those glass shards get sucked up on the flows.
Look at that guy.
You make it through the flows. They're at the edge of the city. What would you like to do?
I'll head on in, I guess.
Okay, you just kind of float on in. Make me some awareness.
Is that a fair ambition?
What did you put down? Yeah, it's a fair ambition.
Matt, can you approve her ambition?
What is it?
Complete Bloodline quest.
In how many tries?
First try.
I would like to do
I can do that.
Try.
We can do first try.
Okay, what am I rolling?
It's awareness.
Awareness. Okay. Okay. Oh. Nope.
You click the actual awareness.
Okay. It's a bit of smoke prisms kind of floating around, but they're just kind of meandering. They don't really notice you, nor do they seem to really care.
I won't bother them if they don't bother me.
Yeah. And as you make your way to the little um, thing that's calling to you. It's at the top of a large building, and when you get there, some sort of crystal, a gem almost, and it's a size of your palm, but it's kind of weirdly shaped. It's got a kind of a cat's eye shape, so flat on the top, and then polygon on the bottom, kind of like a downward facing arrow tip. And there seems to be some sort of glass prison around it that kind of rotates and shimmers, and then doesn't seem to be any smoke in it, but it looks significantly more robust than any of the glass you've come across before.
What happens when I just touch it?
It makes a doing kind of. Well, let me see if I can do this. Yep.
I appreciate the sound effects. Can I like pick it up?
Doesn't move. It does not want to move. Cat just kind of hops up and sits on top of it. And he blinks at you. And kind of gives it that look that cats give to people, which is mysterious and like the "what do you want" look.
Okay.
And he just kind of curls up and looks like he's going to take a nap on top of it.
Oh. I feel like that is not how you work this thing.
He just purrs.
I'm gonna stab it. I'm gonna stab it with a glass shard.
You stab it with the glass shard.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. What would happen if I used object on it? Just for fun.
Same. It is significantly more robust as you continue to experiment on it.
Oh, is it getting? It's getting more robust.
No, it's just you're testing it. You're trying to see what the limits of it is. No, not even a scratch.
Okay. So the crystal inside of it, does it look like another shard, or is it?
Looks like it's an actual gem. You can even feel the energy just trapped within the amount of power. Go ahead and make me an awareness test.
Okay.
There seems to be some sort of grids that kind of go over to the pylon with the gem that has the ball around it, and these grids kind of lead to these little circles on the ground.
Ah.
And there's 3 circles, and these kind of almost circuit boards kind of lead to it.
So the circle are power.
It kind of forms a triangle in shape around the middle pedestal that has the gem trapped.
The circles, are they just like carved into the ground?
Yeah, it looks like they're carved into the ground.
Okay. I guess what happens if I like break the carving?
What do you mean? How do you do that?
I want to like punch it and smash it or something.
When you
Gonna
punch
hit
and
it with
smash
something
it,
really hard.
it regenerates.
Oh, okay.
And when you
Are-
punched and smashed it, the circle kind of starts raising out of the ground and forms a pylon.
You're
What's
making
the
some-
pylon made out of?
Same stone that you just punched.
Does it raise every time I punch it?
Nope, it just is there.
Okay. What happens when I punch the pylon?
Nothing happens.
Oh,
You have a sore fist.
oh. Um. Okay. I'm gonna. Is the pylon? Can I tell? Is it like absorbing energy from somewhere?
Tech use.
Tech use.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do not add the plus 15 from the tech kit because you're actually doing tech with it.
I don't think I need the plus 15.
So this could be a lock mechanism. And there seems to be 3 locks, and you're gonna have to power each lock somehow.
Power them.
You got ways to power things, right?
Do I? No.
Yourself, don't
Can I try and just like push my PowerPoints into it? Like just put my hands on it and like try and channel into the rock?
Doesn't seem to have a outlet. Your PowerPoints have to be harnessed. Through one of your abilities. You can't do a direct PowerPoint infusion.
Fair.
you just got something new? Try it out.
You think I should like zip through them with my crystals? Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. I guess I will like stand on one side of one and put my crystal on the other side and try and just teleport.
Yeah, you zip
Through
through
it?
it, and the whole thing thrums.
Oh,
It only
I
holds it
like
for 3
that.
seconds.
Oh
You can actually
no.
see the power light up in a grid-like system, and it feeds down into the ground through the circuitry into the middle. And you can see some of it light up, about a third of the middle pillar, and then 3 seconds later, it all depletes it immediately.
Okay, well then obviously I'm just to go through all at once. I'll just like set up a little circle of crystals. Zoop zoop zoop.
Okay. All right, you zoop all through them, and the whole thing lights up.
Feels like a
And-
Skyrim quest.
Yeah, and you zip through them, and then you hear a keening noise, and then the robust glass fractures and splits, and it starts to rotate and coalesce about the middle gem. The cat's kind of standing by you, giving you a snuggle with his face on your leg. He's purring at you. Meow.
I guess I did good.
Go.
Yeah, I'll go right up to that crystal and like show it who's boss. Wanna grab it.
Okay.
See
One
what
of the
happens.
pieces come by and slices your hand.
Ow! much. Can I just like move the piece away from the crystal?
It looks like the crystal is in full, or the gem is in full control of the shards.
Oh. Can I move the gem itself?
Refuses to move. In fact, it's a great idea. It's going to move you.
Oh
So you're going to need to
no.
make a willpower test as it attempts
Oh
to use
no.
move object on you.
So rude.
Mm-hmm.
You have to kill it.
Oh.
Yeah, it pushes you off the building.
I'll just throw a crystal up and zap back up. I don't
Sounds
think
good.
I need to
You
reroll.
throw a crystal up, zip back up, and it just kind of sits there waiting with little shards floating about it.
Can I throw a crystal near it and zap myself into the middle?
Make me a ballistic skill test. Are you trying to throw it on the other side?
I want to throw one in the middle and one on the other side and just zap in the middle, grab it, and then go on the other side.
Okay. You pass through. I need you to make a toughness test. Those robust glass shards are energy deflected.
Oh.
Well, he asked for a
1d50,
D50.
please. One d50.
Yep. No, I'm just glad that wasn't my role.
Yeah. You zip through. Take 1d2 damage direct.
Okay. I can handle that.
Mhm.
Wait. Okay. Some Kleenex, babe. I thought I was gonna. Oh, it's right there. Good job.
Take 1 damage. There's a crack on the gem now.
It's fine.
It's gonna throw some shards at you. Doesn't like that at all. How dare you? It's gonna. One, a couple will attempt to hit you. The others are gonna pass by. Um, it's kind of funny the way he throws them. It's like a languid just, and they're gonna come sailing at you. But it's not like bullet fast. It's actually like you could walk out of the way. Like what the fuck?
That's a little more polite. I'll dodge then.
Yeah, please do.
I do.
Please do.
Please do.
Yeah. You dodge out of the way, and then they stop, and then they start to gravitate towards you again.
I'm just gonna kind of speed walk away from them while I try and figure out what to do with the gem.
Yeah. He sends as you're walking a certain way, and the ones are following you slowly, kind of spinning. He sends another grouping at you to cut you off.
Ah. Um. I guess I'll teleport through this other grouping.
Are you teleporting through the grouping, or are you just gonna? Are you trying to teleport through the gem? Because that's what you did last time.
Through the. No, I'm trying to take the gem with me and just go through the grouping, I guess.
Well, the grouping is away from the gem. They're following you around slowly.
Oh. Well, I guess as long as they're not
There's some
attacking
still
me.
surrounding the gem, protecting it, but a good chunk of the shards are following after you. Like, come back, Yi. We wish to have strong words with you.
You don't want to grab the gem either.
What?
You don't want to grab the gem.
I'm already holding the gem. It's too late.
Oh no, you didn't actually grab it. He's in the middle.
Oh.
You
He's
didn't
in
come
the
with you.
middle.
You
You
cracked
cracked
I
it.
the gem.
cracked it. I thought. I was trying to.
Yeah, now that they're following opportunity, just instead of doing, just
Try like zipping through it a whole bunch of times. I feel like I'm cheating when you give me.
Shut up.
But also at the same time, I take so long
Nothing's
to
cheating
make.
as long as you're having fun.
Yeah, as long as you're having fun, Allie. That's all that matters to me, really.
Dang.
Plus, Luna's a little bit of a mystery.
I mean, most of your team's a bunch of a mystery. That's why this game's fun.
My team's pretty weird.
We are.
Weird peeps. Sure. I will zip through it and see what happens if I crack it. So
Make me another toughness test.
no. Oh, I better re-roll that.
I wish I'd called that. I was expecting it.
Okay. Roll me another 1d2. Okay, take 1 damage. Larger crack forms on the gem. It splits up the pack of flowing shards and splits them into small groups, and he's going to have them pursue you at difficult angles, and they don't just follow. One kind of goes at a counterclockwise, the other one comes in the clockwise. One just goes right at you, you know. So he's trying to make it really difficult for you to get out of the way, dodge and stuff.
Sorry, I'm just trying to like keep track of it. I'm having a struggle. There we go. Okay. So he's trying to make it really difficult for me to get out of the way, but he's not like going fast still.
No, they're not going any faster than they were before. They're just more intelligent about how he's trying to, get you with these things. And there's only so much area to move on top of the building. Let's
Can I
first start out
move-
with a dodge.
Huh? Okay.
Let's first start out with a dodge.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to move?
I was thinking of like, could I some objects in the way of these shards of glass? They're kind of cut
Sure.
off crystal and.
They move right through it, slicing it to ribbons, as
Oh,
if,
wow.
if the object was no different than it never was there.
Yeah.
These are really sharp.
Well, I guess I'll try and third time's the charm, right? I'll try and like break it.
I need you to make me 2 dodges. One's at a -5, the other is at a -10.
Oh no.
And if you pass both, you can do a zip through them.
Okay. Wait, did I do that right? Should I add it 5?
It's
to
+5.
the
It's +5, yeah. Makes it
Okay.
harder. Go ahead and reroll. Do it, Ailey. +5, +10.
Okay.
Oh no!
I might wait.
Do it.
Uh,
Do it. Do it.
Plus, I'm doing the +5 one again.
Yep. +5, +10.
Okay.
Okay. I'm betting you pass. Betting you pass. You have.
Okay.
What's your agility?
My agility is It is 35, and I've got 2 check marks in dodge.
That means you dodge at a 40, so you pass. All right. Go ahead and make me that toughness as you zip through it one more time.
Okay.
Woo. What's your toughness?
30.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll me a 1d6 for damage. One damage.
Hey.
And you hear a crack, and the pieces fall. Poor gem fell into pieces and kind of
Oh.
clanks off. And the cat dashes out of some hidden nook, and he starts, goes up to one of the pieces, and he kind of squats at it playfully and starts batting it around with a paw.
Yeah, I'm gonna go gather up the pieces.
They're filled with energy, but they also feel like they had a purpose. You destroyed that purpose, but you have
I
3
hope
charts.
that
You have 3
purpose was-
equal shards.
Is there any way for me to like absorb that power into myself?
Feels a little too much at the moment. The amount of energy is incredible. But you'll notice that each of those shards, a part of the languid heavy glass kind of floats next to it. Just kind of waits there, floating over the gem shard.
So is it still like protecting it, or like
No, you can
hanging
feel
out?
that purpose and control that the gem had over this glass is gone. But the power is still there that controls this glass.
Can I control the glass through the shard?
Yes, you can.
That seems important. I guess I better find out what this gem's purpose was. Can I tell like what part of the city it's in? Like if
Very center, tallest building.
tallest building. Does it look like some kind of religious building, office building?
Nope, it's just the largest one in the center of the city. Pinnacle.
Big building. Um Can I just control the glass shards through the gem, or can I control objects?
These look tied directly to the languid glass.
Okay. Is the rest of the building made out of the same glass?
No. In fact, this glass kind of has a grayish yellow hue to it, whereas all the normal glass just looks clear and translucent. Cat bats around the gem piece, and whenever it scoots across the top of the building, as he bats it around, the shards just kind of slowly follow it. They always float above it, about a foot, but
Is the pedestal that the gem was on still there?
nope. All 4 pedestals, one on each of the triangle corners, and the one in the middle have sunk back into the building floor.
Um Can I try and like fit the pieces back together?
So you go over and collect all the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't stick well together, but I mean, you can kind of get them in the same shape. And all the glass comes over and kind of sits in front of you. It's kind of floating there, spinning, cartwheeling, and yeah, you feel an immense amount of just pure energy that is in the gem. Not as powerful as it just was when it was whole, but each fragment of equal size holds probably enough power to provide this world for 10 years, unlimited power.
What do I do with all this power? So much of it. Like,
Yeah.
is
Cat's
there?
kinda Oh, is there what? Go ahead.
So it was acting kind of like a power plant before. Can I tell that what it was
It
doing?
definitely had power within it. But that just was a byproduct of its existence. It was more of a sentry almost. I mean, it's kind of like the way your cat worked. Your cat is a little bit more lively, but he can still control and utilize the glass shards. This is kind of it feels like a golem almost. The way there was a control gem, kind of the way
Oh.
machines work. If this is like a control mechanism with its own power source, and it uses that power to control um, that barrier that it made, and then when the barrier was broken, uh, use that power to control the shards along with its um, programming.
Is there a way to like reprogram it?
Yeah. Why don't we make a tech use?
Techies?
Um, somehow, no. It's just you're like, well, there's no like interface or there's no computer, and cat just kind of hops up on your shoulder and kind of does the paw motion towards it, kind of like, "Meh." Like I'm gonna put my paw. Meh.
I'll hold the gem up to the cat.
And he puts his paw out, and you see him shoot a little spark of electricity through it, and the thing thrums.
Ooh, magic cat.
Meow. Kinda,
Now that the cat's done that, can I try reprogramming it again?
there's still no interface,
Okay.
and he kind of bats you on the nose and
Oh,
pats the gem again.
does he want me to put energy into it?
And he goes over, puts a paw on your nose, and zaps you.
Ow.
And you feel the electricity kind of run through you. And you can use a PowerPoint to electrically interface with crystal stuff. If it has a grid or a crystallized computer grid, which you can interact with. And he kind of squints at you and goes, meow.
Okay. I'll try and use my new cat power to
Yeah.
interact.
You shoot an electrical pulse through it. Go ahead and make me a tech use.
Okay, try again. Wait for me.
Yeah, pass.
Did I get that?
Just
Yeah,
barely.
the crystal gem pieces kind of shudder together, kind of float upwards out of your hand. They don't ever really stick together, but they're really close. And all the languid glass shards kind of flow up around it. And you can just feel the thing just kind of float there.
Okay, this is positive forward motion. So the crystal's floating there.
Yeah, the broken gem, kind of floating together with its pieces, kind of somewhat close together, and all the language shards float around it in a sphere.
Um, is it floating over any specific spot or just
No, just it float up out of your hand 3 feet, and it's just floating there in space.
what happens if I try and grab it?
A cat bats your hand because there's floating razor shards around it,
Ugh, I'll
and
run
cat
through
kind of cat gives you a look and holds out a paw, and a little zip of electricity hits the thing. And I have a phone call. Sorry, one moment. Could be important.
It won't
more
be.
important than me? I don't think so.
Sounds like you're doing some fun things, Allie.
Yeah, I think I am. What I'm doing, fun.
Yeah, cat shoots a little lightning bolt, like just a little trickle of electricity.
All wasn't important.
Yeah, pretty much. And it hits the little gem in the middle, and you can see it little. There's a keening noise that kind of zips through it, and the thing pulses, and then you can see it kind of move in a square pattern, and then go back to uh, its original position. And cat just kind of nods at it like, meow. Johnny, go ahead and help her if she needs it. I will be right back.
What do you think?
Oh, it's moving around in a square pattern. Like, am I supposed to move it somewhere?
I think it was moving it instead of touching it with paw. It used electricity to kind of take control of it,
But like, what am I supposed to be doing with it?
giving it intent. Was my guess.
Intent to do what?
What would you do if you found unlimited power?
Like, I wanted it. I wanted to take it with me back to the real world, but I can't like grab it or anything, and I can't really put it in my pocket.
She does have one other thing though.
Oh, that's true. Uh, we all experimented with our pulling stuff from our constellation, from our celestial objects. It opens up a portal. If you want to take this with you, you can just think, I want to open up the portal to my planet, and then toss it inside, and you can take it out again later.
Okay.
Please note
could be
that
something.
anything that you pull from the planet does inherently not harm you. I say this because I pulled out sun material and was concerned.
I'm glad you didn't die.
Actually, no, it doesn't inherently not harm you. It was just your fire, and you had a power relevant to that.
Well, inherently it doesn't harm me. It's not that it doesn't harm everything around me, but... And if I start a forest fire with it, then I will not be protected from the forest fire. That'll be my fire resistance I'm picking up.
Regardless, you have a place to put it if you do so want to take it with you. You just have to throw it through your little portal.
But you could try, controlling that little shard, making razor blades do things like it did to you. That's an option.
But what would I do? Razor to?
Your
Look.
enemies.
I don't have any enemies in this world.
Find some.
Find some.
I remember, I think it was your last spirit quest. You realized that something was your enemy in here, and I thought it was these glass shards or something like that.
I could go attack the prison. Them up.
Even if you want to. like those ones that are out that you saw.
I don't think they're bad though. I think they're just confused
Make them confused.
by destroying them.
Either that or taking. You already took control of the system. It's this.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was thinking of putting the city back together like that guy did. But I keep the crystal and
You might find something. Got lots of things. Make your way. I'm just imagining you using the shard on just like barrage of bullshit. Razor blade bullshit. What the damage is on? Like you didn't even get a toughness roll. You didn't get a toughness roll. Wait, you get a negate or anything like that. Just thoughts.
and I don't think it was really trying.
Clearly, you should stab it into your truck and have it power your truck forever.
Sounds fun. In there with all my grenades. Some unknown power.
Or you could stab it into yourself and I could give you infinite tattoos.
I was already told that it was too much power.
That's for the tattoos to handle.
Well, I'd need the tattoos now.
Yeah, I could design it that way. Later. You'd have to take it with you and give it to me later to give to you, but I could give you superpowers. It would be
Well, I
fun.
guess I'll have to see if I can.
All right, thank you for your patience. Allie, what do you want to do? Meow.
I have consulted my team, and we have decided that I should attempt to open a portal to my jungle planet and toss in the gem there.
All right, you toss it in.
Oh,
But what about the rest of your spirit quest?
I thought that was my spirit quest.
Liam, do you want to give her a time frame? Your stuff?
I'm sorry, what's up?
How long did your spirit quest take?
It
Your second one?
took
Several
I
hours.
don't know. Did it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yes.
And we're only maybe 30, 40 minutes in.
Yes, but I'm special.
You are special. It only took me about 30 or 40 minutes for mine.
It all depends on the person. Like mine, actually, the Spirit Quest itself didn't take that long, but I did spend large portions of it staring at nothing, going,
Mm.
That is mostly what I do during the.
Pretty good.
Does
I
anything
mean,
happen
don't
now
you-
that the crystal is on the planet?
The portal refuses to close.
What if I follow the? Can I follow the crystal into the jungle planet?
That
Sure.
sounds like a horrible idea.
do it, do it, do it.
That's
Sure.
a one-way trip. How do you get out?
I didn't know it was a one-way trip.
Well, the portal refuses to close, so
Okay, I
got
guess
one
this
way.
is the one-way trip this time.
It's only one way if the door closes behind you.
I guess that's a good thing. I guess I'll just I'm gonna look around for a second because this is my first time on my jungle planet, and I'll probably never get this opportunity again.
Your first, your
Um,
last time, and maybe more than last time. Who knows?
And then I'll
because you
grab.
kind of just threw it in there. You just wanted to see the jungle planet. Let's see what you run into. Some sort of big armored lizard kind of meanders up. A big old Gila monster, and he kind of stares at you. And he kind of flicks his tongue.
And it asks her, "You God?" And you go, "Yes." And that's how religion begins.
And then the nostrils flare. Just
Hello, friend. I am here to retrieve my crystal.
and the cat kind of looks at you. It's on your shoulder. Looks at it. Slumps. And kind of the thing immediately charges at you, mouth open, and the cat sends a little electrical charge to the floating crystal with all the glass around it, and just moves it in front of the path. And the whole thing tries to run through it and break it, and the thing gets diced to pieces when it comes in contact with the languid glass sphere.
Fucking beautiful, Matt.
Rip Lizard Boy.
Lizard boy.
He
The
died
cat just kind of
valiantly.
looks over you and goes, meow, meow.
So this is not where I'm supposed to be.
Screw. See what it thinks.
It thinks I'm an idiot. I don't need to scrutinize for that.
No. You are fucking internal feeling what you are. Interesting experience.
You only think.
Kind of bops you on the earlobe and kind of points to the other pod towards the back through the portal.
I'll go back through the portal and take them with me.
Yeah, the crystal kind of flows out with the languid glass with it, and the portal snaps closed, almost like
This is all because you
Finally!
didn't claim to be God. Would have been fine if you told them you were God.
I don't think they would have understood me. I'm sorry, Lee.
What a shame getting to cheat your way out.
So I'm gonna go. I guess option 2 is I'm gonna go beat up some prisms with this gem. I'm gonna go find those prism boys and them up.
okay. Eventually you'll find them all. They're not exactly trying to hide, but the things aren't very fast. In fact, the languid glass is a lot. It's actually twice as fast as their ability to move, which is pretty freaking slow. And the cat kind of bots you on the chin and kind of goes meow, and he points his paw at the gem, shoots a little electric charge at it, and the thing thrums, and it throws a series of shards at the homing shards at the prism. And the thing tries to throw other glass shards at it, and they don't do anything to the orange and gray shards, and eventually they just kind of slice through him as he pathetically tries to run away, and he disperses.
And I what? Sorry?
And then the prism just disperses into fragments, and the
Oh.
shards slowly come back.
So I guess can I try shooting a
Sure. You guys go find another prism, and the cat bats you on the earlobe and points a paw.
points a paw at what?
The crystal thing.
Crystal? I will copy the cat. Gonna do what the cat does.
Okay. Use 1 CP or a PP, which is your PowerPoint.
Okay.
And then you gotta give it an order.
Gonna order it to beat up prism.
It doesn't know what beat up means.
I'm gonna order it to fire glass shards at the prism.
It fires glass shards at the prism. The prism tries to float away. Throws glass shards at its pursuers, and gets cut to pieces.
I was worried I would feel mean doing it, and I
No,
prism didn't do anything to me.
Yeah, you just prisms burst into that smoke. Yeah. You found 2 prisms surrounding this floating building, and the moment the last prisms are gone, the floating fragment pauses and then starts to fall.
Oh.
And you get to watch it slam into the ground into a giant just eruption.
That doesn't seem like a good thing.
Maybe
How-
it's
how
being
does
put
my-
back and
How does the cat react to this?
Complete indifference.
Indifferent.
Hmm?
Um. I'm gonna do that to another chunk of the city and what
Yeah,
happened.
it's just you practicing with it. It costs 1 CP to give it an order, and it follows the order. And after a while, Cat kind of rubs up against you and kind of bats your earlobe, and then points back the way you guys came through the glass flows.
I guess I'll go that way and take the crystal with.
Okay. As you are approaching the major glass throws, out from the earth forms an enormous smoke-filled prism. And it grabs all the glass, millions, if not more, fragments of sharp glass, and it's going to direct it at you in a giant, never-ending stream. Cat just pales like, meow.
I'm gonna order my crystal to protect me.
Yeah. It makes that perfect multihedron sphere around you, and the glass just crashes into it and shatters. And you just hear kind of a dull thrum from the impacts. Nothing too loud. And you guys just proceed through it all. It's very slow because you have to go the same speed as the gemstone, which is about walking speed, which sucks. But you're not getting murdered with glass.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have a super armor, you're gonna have to take speed penalties.
Yeah, and it takes a very long time, but you just kind of get to hang out and just watch this thing try and smash you with that last bit of glass it can. You even see it start to pull from the buildings from the city itself as it continues to exhaust the glass supply on your barrier. And not once does it crack or scratch. And you make it to the end, and the remaining glass just kind of goes back to flowing in place. You're back where you started.
Do I? So the giant prism is attacking.
It no longer can reach you. You're out of range. It's just sitting in the middle of that, or floating in the middle of that large open space where the glass flows were circling. You got back to the starting zone, which is outside of its range.
Is there? Do I notice anything noticeable in the starting zone?
There seems to be some sort of fractal breach. Looks like kind of spinning glass fragments, and there's like some sort of almost open crack in the sky in the air in front.
I guess I'm gonna go through the crack.
Okay.
Like, is it like a big crack? Can I-
Yeah, you can go through it. But before you go through, Cat kind of bats you on the earlobe, It kind of sends a
Sure,
little zap
yeah.
to the gem. The gem takes all the glass pieces and kind of cramps it and compacts it around itself and falls into a ball into your hand.
Oh. Portable. I'm gonna stick it in my pocket.
It's the size of a tennis ball, so it's pretty large. But
That
actually, no, sorry,
magic
softball.
gem in
A
your
lot bigger.
pocket, or you just
Big old
happy to...
softball. But
So Matt, is this all 3 pieces or just 1 piece?
yeah, no, these are all 3 pieces
Okay.
all together.
Yeah.
And all the languid yellow, gray, smoky, or colored glass fragments that they control. Yeah, and you walk through, not back to reality though.
Okay.
You end up in a kind of a clean, not fractal, kind of a glass cavern. Looks like it's made completely of crystal, but it's large plates kind of connecting. And there are 5 pedestals. That kind of raised. And as you go up, the cat runs over to the very far left one, and he hops on top of it. And the thing thrums yellow, which is the same color as your gem. And it lowers into the ground. You hear a clong, and it pulses
I
that
feel
yellow
like
light.
I feel like I'm getting strong hints to put gem on this pedestal.
The pedestal lowered into the ground.
Oh, it's just like gone?
And that yellow energy.
And the yellow energy pulses and thrums. You can feel this place kind of wake up. To your engineering mind, you supplied the base emergency power system to some great machine.
Okay, so I probably have to find the other power systems.
And cat just kind of rubs up against your leg and meow, and you wake up, blood pulsing, on fire,
Oh.
boiling.
Oh. Oh. Thing.
You did the thing. Congratulations. Next time you got to beat the shit out of that prism that was shooting shit at you.
Do I get the shit out?
You should. Fuck that thing. Trying to kill you with glass.
I feel like the prism like anti kind of bad. I feel like they're just trying to protect their sick.
Yeah. All right.
Or someone else put that in place. You think of your patron, right? What's up with your patron? Locked in place, right?
Somewhere.
Whose fault's that?
I don't know. His.
Yeah. But someone put him in that prism, right?
No, I'm pretty sure he.
Oh.
I think. For sure. Neither does Dvaita.
It's true. But the cat is the key.
Congratulations,
Cat.
you passed your second spirit gust.
Huzzah!
With a shit ton of merit invested into it. Congratulations.
Ah, you bastard. Okay. Well, that's a lot of merit invested. So, first things first, we're going to give you a very large lump sum of power points. So,
Huzzah!
I'm going to give you a good old 250.
Oof. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
300.
You've gained an item, a mysterious power gem that has enough power to lift and control perpetually these superior glass fragments. Cat's pleased. You're still left with many mysteries as to what it really is. What is this glass made of? How is this gemstone, even fractured as it is, hold that much power? But it follows your every command when you send it an electrical signal with an order. Very slow, but it does have a portable mode so that you don't have to freaking wait for it if you need to run.
What
The
happens if you get it somewhere?
Hope you don't. So they're like, "Oh, this is a nice find." Cut their handle up as they try to.
yeah, you know two things about this thing, or about the device. Touching the gemstone itself and not having some sort of relation to Cat's world will get you dead very quickly because of the amount of power runs through it. It's basically like touching a power transformer directly. You're looking at 20 million volts. Roasty toasty. The glass shards, they don't actively go out to stop people from interacting with the gemstone, but there's enough of them that it creates a debris field, a very dense one, unless you have it expand outwards. It fills 1 meter by 1 meter area. And those glass shards, you're not sure their durability, but they are certainly stronger than the originals that you can use, and they're much sharper.
And durable.
Yeah, a lot more durable, like more like bulletproof glass. Like, as for rewards, you're gonna get quite a few, because of the amount of investment. One of them I already gave you a large PowerPoint increase. The first level of rewards, I'm gonna have you choose between another fate point. Yeah, another fate point. Or a clue.
I'm gonna get a clue.
Okay. Clue appears in your hand as a little ball of, like a little marble, and it thrums with a different type of energy, a different energy signature, similar to the gemstone, but it's blue colored.
Is this like an item I can keep?
Yeah, yours. You'll have to unlock the mysteries of the energy signature to find your next gemstone. All right. Series 2 of upgrades. We're gonna give you some new powers. You can use your new electrical communication device, which you just kind of shoot a little blip of energy. It's a lot more complex than you thought. It's not just injecting electricity into something. It's almost like an intelligent program. You can interface with electronic devices this way. It might be a little tricky if you accidentally run into something of the sentient level, like an AI who lives on the electronic level. But for normal devices, you can interface if you find a way in and try and control them with your little electrical bits. So you can zap something and potentially open a door.
That sounds useful.
Yeah. That you get to for every half action you do spending, communicating, it costs 2 CP. Whereas it only costs 1 CP or a PP for ordering your gemstone. The next one is you can fire electrical damage at people. It's not going to do a excessively high amount of damage, but it does add a shocking quality, which can stun or paralyze someone if they don't resist its power. And it's basically you palpatine them, and you can continually hold it. It costs 5 PP a turn, and it does 2d10 plus your willpower bonus and damage, no penetration. Armor and toughness do help against it, but they do have to make a toughness test. And if they don't pass, they're stunned in place for a turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Shit, you put a lot into it. Cat kind of brings over a little bag in his mouth. It's filled with very, very small glass chip fragments. They have no life to them, like the way that stuff from Cat's World does, the ones that you use. Parts of them are dust. Parts of them are just little chips. Something to experiment with. Maybe make your own glass. I think maybe 2 more for your expenditure. This one will be a really high-end ability. It costs 100 power points to use. Send someone directly to Cat's World. They don't interface with this reality. It's just go there for a day. And call it transition. It also can be done to allies to save them. So if they're about to get absolutely just dead, you're in a different dimension. And then you can go walk into Cat's World yourself and then kind of be like, come on, let's go over here, and then leave.
Or you can do a one-on-one fight with Cat's
Oh
World.
yeah, and have a one-on-one fight in Cat's World where
You
there's
have the
glass
advantage.
everywhere and it's a foreign environment and it's just that's your home.
Is
In
that
Cat's
bad?
World, Cat will fight with you.
Nice of it.
Yeah. And your last ability costs 50. You can summon a smoke prism, and it'll attack the nearest enemy with glass shards until destroyed. That includes allies and you, because they're not your friend. But you can summon it up to meters times 2 to your willpower bonus away from you, and it always attacks at nearest proximity.
That's really handy. Yeah, it is definitely, especially as a neutral target.
Yeah. It does not reveal the location of the person who brought it into the reality. It just kind of rips a tear in there as the reality just kind of fractures a little bit with, as if glass broke, and then it's just there, and it's angry. It's always
Can
angry.
people see it?
Oh yeah, no, people
Okay.
can see it. Immediately go, what the fuck? And then they're attacked by swarms of glass. And you can summon one per half action as long as you can afford it, but they're 50 CP to summon. They have 3 armor and 20 HP. They do not go away on their own, nor do they move.
They're not like the other ones in Cat World.
No,
Cat
but you
World
can
must
move object on them.
Right. There you go, honey.
That looks fun.
So not dead then. Got it.
Yeah.
She completed her mission too.
Congrats! Lots of cool powers.
I look forward to seeing how you use the Mally. I'm hoping you're liking it.
I'm to put stay up for a mission again. I haven't succeeded in one for so long.
Yeah, I've been writing them. Dvaita.
You got this. I definitely want to experiment with these glass shards so that I can put them in my grenade.
Or make a grenade out of them.
I mean, isn't that basically the
I mean, it depends on whether you want to put them into a frag grenade or just like kind of shape charge the glass shards themselves.
Or custom make your own glass. Instead of having just a normal translucent glass, you can potentially forge your own cat world glass.
If you're ever back to the war, there's a glass blower. The little
There
people.
is a glass blowing team.
Is there no glass blowing at the school?
There probably is. You just have to ask.
Yeah.
So from this point onward, does she just have a floating glowing crystal above her back that's super
No,
energized?
as long as she wants it, floating there, it'll follow. You can do a command that just says follow. If it bumps into things, it will shred it completely.
Like a
But
Pokemon.
you can also just have it say compress for one PowerPoint, and it compresses into that softball-sized ball. And then you say expand, or in this case, deploy, and for one PowerPoint, and it redeploys.
Huh.
It always follows you perfectly. Like it's always 1 meter behind you. And if you stop, even abruptly, it stops immediately, like on a little stick. It doesn't get any closer, it doesn't get any farther away. You can run, stop, jump, anything, and it just doesn't bump into you. It bumps into other things if you're not careful, if you leave it deployed. Or you just say stay, and it floats there forever until you go get it.
If you put 180 points into swiftness, does that break her second threshold?
Not yet. She's
If
really
I had
close.
that extra 5, we could have done it. We
Oh,
put another.
Allie, the orb, when your gemstone, when deployed, always has a recall marker to it that you can zip to. It's not a blue marker; it's a yellow one, which is significantly more powerful than when you throw a shard. It has a little blue orb that appears that you can zip to.
Okay.
This one can be however far away you want, and you can zip to it. You don't have to see it; you know where it is. It's a good way to just kind of like stay here. I'm gonna recall to you when I need to, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds like a good gate. I think I'll put it in a little backpack and carry it around. Part.
In compression or deployed?
Compression.
Okay, throw in a backpack. There you go.
Sweet ass.
Oh, that's right. You also have 5 flat armor against laser weapons. Energy does not hurt you as much as it should anymore.
She also has 2 natural armor from the Celestial Blessing, but I don't know. So
Yeah.
I don't know what natural armor is.
This is after pen. You apply 5 flat mitigation to the remaining damage of laser weaponry. You feel lighter, full of power that your body didn't have before.
Good job.
Hmm.
Good job. I'm making me some dinner at the moment.
Delicious.
It kind of is.
So, Allie, just so you know, I could make you like some godly tattoos using that thing to power them.
That sounds like a very nice offer. Get suspicious when you offer anything.
I am perfectly trustworthy. They wouldn't be experimental at
Is-
all.
Hey, the ones he did on me were his first try at them, and they worked fine.
They actually do work fine.
They do. They work
Spot on.
perfectly.
Thing is, I don't really know what yours do per se, or the ones
What,
that I had
mine?
planned for you. No, not yours. The ones I planned for Allie to get.
About to say.
Yours were very specific. But hey, maybe I could just make you one big thing that lets you shoot a laser from your hand. Don't lasers sound cool?
Clearly not that cool.
Clearly not that cool.
Lasers are lame now, okay?
Very lame to Dali, for sure. It's gonna be good against the order.
Alternatively, how would you like around 500 willpower?
She can't hear you, but I think that she'd like that.
You're the math side of things, Johnny. I don't even know if she has any abilities that are based off of willpower, really.
Well, she has energy shock, which is 2d10 plus willpower shocking.
So it'd be a plus 50 with 500 willpower.
Seems good.
Among other things. I mean, with 500 willpower, you're kind of reshaping reality at your whim around you. But I also don't know if she could handle that. There's no, like, obvious durability function. She might just explode.
Melt on the spot.
Yeah, no, it's not like physical strength where you can add physical durability easily with toughness. Might melt her
She
brain out?
ascends on the spot regardless of what that means.
She- Maybe.
She's an energy being, so that's the thing.
She becomes pure energy, and by pure energy, we mean a nuclear detonation.
Alright, Allie, try on your tattoos that give you the plus 100 willpower. Will go along 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one might ascend you to another plane of existence. Who knows?
You actually give her tattoos that give her that much?
I could. depending on how much that. From what you were describing, it seems like it has enough power to pull off a full body array of tats.
Yeah. If you could figure out a way not to kill yourselves interacting with it. I'm gonna play with the big battery. You're dead.
Hey, I don't have to touch it.
Okay.
I just
sure.
have to build a box around it.
Mm.
Although, she probably would just explode, since there's no safety mechanism for willpower. I'll just make her super pretty instead and give her 500 fellowship. There we go. That's the answer here. That's the answer we
Hey,
all need.
you're offering that.
Find me a power source, and I will do the same for you.
You build it around the box, and the moment Allie forgets to tell it to stay, it follows and shatters the box instantly.
Basically. Or she goes into Cat's world and it accidentally intercedes with another invisible box there, and the box is just like, oh no, I can't handle this. And then they both explode, and she explodes, and we all explode. She's a little glitchy for my particular set of
If it happens
abilities.
to Cat's world and no one's there to see it, does it actually happen?
I mean, I assume an explosion in Cat's world would have some effect on the real world.
Would it though?
I don't know. That's why it's an assumption.
Well, you know what I say about assumptions? They don't have scientific progress attached to them.
Clearly, we need to scientifically test this out and have her throw a grenade at someone while she's in Cat's world.
And see what happens.
And see
If
what
they
happens.
explode, then what happens in Cat world happens in the real world. If they don't explode, then it doesn't.
And if it's most likely some mixture of the two, then I don't know.
Mix.
Magic?
I feel like
Magic.
one or the other.
Magic.
Magic.
Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? Or in this case, her feline friend.
I need to ask Sonyeris if she can fix a cracked nuclear power core.
Hey, Matthew.
Didn't Matt say he was
What?
leaving
Promos?
temporarily?
I can't help you. I'm too powerful.
God damn it.
Promos?
I need leak promos.
I can assist.
Have you done yours?
No. Yes. Maybe. For the new season?
Yeah, the new season's in.
I haven't played a single game of Leg in the new
Sorry,
season.
bro. Too good.
Okay.
Or the preseason. This is when you get your
You made a
placements.
lot of
Sure.
progress.
How are your ADC skills?
I mean, I could pass.
You put that as your long-term ambition right now.
I feel most comfortable playing support and ADC as a duo if I'm
That's fine.
going to be doing.
That's fine. I'll ADC.
I am okay with that.
As am I. Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt.
Yeah, what's up?
Take over the school's underground or take over the school?
How much merit do I get between now and that duel?
You can put quotes around.
You'll figure it out by the time you get there. I think is a good is a good indicator.
Which which rules?
Well, if you remember, I set the date for the duel with Elizabeth,
Yeah.
and that's in the Withering.
I guess you'll figure out when we get there in game, huh?
Yeah. Well, you'll get it when we get there.
Please confirm
Well, fuck you too.
Ali's ambition long term when you get a chance, Matt.
Well, fine.
Also, did you think about the merit purchase for?
I don't
No.
think.
Well, if you get a chance by Saturday, I'd appreciate it.
I don't know what air purchase you're talking about.
Matt has a very limited amount of thoughts in his head at these.
I know. I sent him a message. It's in his thing. It exists. I know it does.
Sent me a thing. Oh, thing about.
You said you were gonna think about it.
What are your thoughts on?
Thoughts on what?
It's a good question.
Liam. Talking to Liam. Talking to Liam.
My thoughts on
Thoughts
Liam?
on what?
He's a dick.
I will second this. What was your question, John? Because I literally didn't hear what you said.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Yumi?
I like Yumi.
I will be Yumi then.
Choo-choo on our way to the iron train.
I guess it's fair.
Alternatively, if you're feeling big brain, I could play Blitzcrank.
No, I've seen you Blitzcrank, and no. I'd be yeah, no. No, just no.
I am a fantastic
It's just-
Blitzcrank.
Jay.
Until you haul the Mordekaiser into the middle of the team.
Guys, I hit the ability. I got him, right?
I
mean,
got him.
I hit the ability, and thus we are Gooch.
That's just how it works, dude.
I see a ban ye. I don't see the word in front of it.
I shall ban Morgana like a good support would.
I'm banning Mordekaiser because fuck Mordekaiser.
Has Matt convinced you that Caitlyn is a good ADC after all this time?
I used to main Caitlyn.
Well, now Matt does. Mostly.
Except when you bard. I can't make Caitlyn.
You've
bard.
literally only played one game with me, Bard.
Exactly.
How dare you judge me?
Of course.
Listen,
Alright.
Bard's Q is too small of a range. I'm gonna complain about that, and that's why I did bad. That's the only reason.
And you like to magic journey into complete darkness when no one on the map is visible.
We're going on an adventure.
I'm gonna go get a chime.
Good God. Breathe soup.
You can anticipate